Welcome back to episode 337 of the Guy and Guns podcast. I'm your host, Troy.
And I'm your other host, Doug.
We use this podcast to talk about guy, guns, and the responsible Christian gun owners' interest. On this week's show, we're talking about how the Democrats want slavery, and a few RINOs, well, all the RINOs, want to enslave America by taking away our First and Second Amendment rights. What do you think about that, Doug?
Well, they're trying their best to do it, aren't they?
Yeah, the thing about rights is that they're not given permission to do that under the Constitution by just making a bill or something. So that would also be violation of their oath to office to protect and defend the Constitution against foreign and domestic enemies. Doug is having some kind of a connection over there.
I know. I'm trying to see why my camera's blurry.
Who knew? It's the same thing I'm seeing on this end, I think. So it's somewhere in between. First of all, we want to thank our bandwidth sponsors. We want to thank Primary Arms. And you guys that are watching live with us are able to see we've got the Primary Arms window up here. Primary Arms has been supporting the show for over 6 months now, getting close, probably 8 months or so. We really appreciate their support. They want you to know that shooting is a sport. Like any sport, it comes with a purpose-made footwear to help you perform at your best. Whether you're shopping at the range or for your next hunt, Primary Arms has all the best footwear to get you equipped for any shooting sports. They also carry a full selection of tactical boots, sneakers, for optimal traction stability in any environment. Don't let your old shoes slow you down. Shop purpose-made footwear at primaryarms.com. And you can find out more at primaryarms.com/men's-clothing/footwear. I didn't do all that. Maybe we should do that. Since they've been paying and making such nice donations to us, we should probably see if we can go there. Let's see, it's men's. Y'all can watch us live here. Oop, EMS. That's not EMS. MENS. Still not doing the E. N S. Where's the rest of it? Men's clothing, footwear. Man, that's a lot to do there. I'm asking a lot of a man like me. Clothing /footwear. Y'all can hear my radio keying up in the background. So let's see what happens when we do that. It probably gives an error. Page not found. Of course not. Men's clothing /footwear. Oh, I did something wrong. Let's copy that link and let's drop that link. That way we'll know the link works or not. Still didn't find the page. I don't know. We tried.
I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing no footwear.
I'm not seeing no footwear. I guess we did it wrong. Sorry. But check. Oh, there it is. It works now.
Oh, there it is.
Apparently
There's
it was
footwear.
he just wanted to hide from me. Get some Smith & Wessons. Got some Under Armour, which we don't like Under Armour here. We got some, what else we got here? Altama? I don't know. I have like 3 brands I wear. Murals and Timberland.
I like Timberlands.
I wore Timberlands for 20-some years. Well, that's pretty much all we're going to talk about on Primary Arms. We thank them for being a sponsor. We also want to thank
Indeed.
Firearms Radio Network. All the shows over there for you guys to download are free. You can just download them, listen to them at your leisure whenever you're driving or out sitting in a blind, bored out of your brain, or whatever it is you're doing out there in the wild United States or around the world. You can listen to other shows from the Firearms Radio Network. Please check out those other shows and give them a listen. There are a plethora of patriot minded shows. Also, want to thank Patriot Patch Company, Jake, and guys and gals over there. This is the one I got in the mail, and he's obviously wearing green, so he disappears. He's camouflaged. But
That's some
it
good camo.
says, never forget the price of peace. Here's the artist rendition. You might see that a little bit better, maybe. Sort of hard on this camera. But I'm going to turn my radio all the way off. Somebody is trying to talk to me, and I don't have time right now. So, what you been up to with your God and Guns activities this week, Doug?
Let's see. Godside Sportsman's Daily Devotional. I did church online Sunday. Um, the gun side, everyday carry. I've ordered a few new accessories this week. Just because somebody told me I can't have it no more, so I got some more anyway.
Yeah, I think I got
I'm
30 more magazines showing up.
yep. I'm actually planning on taking the new Sig out for its first test drive this weekend. Up in my range, up in Macon.
You
Go up
want to do
there
a
and tour
drive by?
around for a little bit. Nah, they won't let you drive on the range, but I'm gonna go take her. I'm gonna take her for a little run. I promise you. Let's see. What else have I been doing? I've been doing a lot of yard work, man.
Hey,
Gas
tell
is
me
too
about it.
expensive to do much else, so I can I can barely afford to fill the lawnmower to keep it mowed, but keep the yard mowed. But we'll get there. Let's see, what else am I doing? That's about it. Messing in the garden and hanging out. This weekend, I do want to wish a special happy birthday to our granddaughter Zoe. Uh, she's down on vacation, but she'll be back Sunday, and Sunday afternoon we're going to have her birthday party. She'll be a big 9 years old. Oh, I was
9 years
gonna say
old.
that's what kept me occupied the last week or so. She's
Mm,
been playing on a all-star softball team, and so practice. I go watch her practice, and then she had games during the week, and just kept Grandpa running. What you
that's a
been
good
up to?
thing.
It is a good thing.
Let's see. The usual stuff you guys know about or don't know about. But on the God side, daily Bible reading. Attended, I think, since the last time we had a show, I attended men's prayer group with South Fork. I don't know if we talked about that last time or not. I attended church at South Fork. That was Sunday before last. Most recent Sunday, we did online with Christ Fellowship because I wasn't feeling the best and I still had the boot on for the last day or so. And I overdid it. No, I'd taken the boot off. I got the boot off and I overdid it and I didn't want to walk on my foot. So I did not get to do what I wanted to do, but we attended online and then we worked around the house. I was going to mow, but I didn't. I forgot what else I was doing. But acquired some railroad ties for the my gun range, and on the gun side, I've been working on the new range, and I've decided to put it over on the back side of the farm, and I'm going to put my ham shack over there as well. So I got out the bush hog, and I bush hogged down some 10-foot tall weeds and trees and stuff, about 4 acres worth probably. And I found a whole bunch of sinkholes in there, which was a lot of exhilarating fun. But there's nothing like that feeling that you're going to flip over your brand new tractor into a hole that you couldn't see. But after the fourth or fifth time I about did that, I sort of got the hang of it. So I'm going to order in some dirt, some red clay, fill in some of these big holes. They're not really sinkholes; they're just big depressions in the ground. I don't know what caused them. I don't remember them being there 20, 30 years ago, whenever it was mowed well. But it's pretty wicked in there right now. So
Hmm.
if you wanted to open up a motocross, it would probably be a good place because there's some of these big holes. I warned the kids, don't go flying through there on the side by side or the on the four wheelers because they probably go tumbling. But mowed all that off, cleaned it off, cut off a bunch of trees, and I've got a good place now for a good pistol range and 100-yard rifle range probably. So got that all cleaned up. Ham side, got a guy that's supposed to be helping me put up a tower here pretty soon. As soon as he gets a free day, he'll come over and tell me what I need to lay out and how much concrete to pour and all that stuff and set us up a tower. And I've got my fusion repeater working here and it's doing really good. What else was there? I have not shot anything, I don't think, that I can remember. Been mowing. I did mow after I bush hogged all that. I went back over about 30% of it with a mower. So it's like a lawn over there around the old farm that it's pretty much just been let go since I went off to college 30, 40 years, 40 years. Gosh, 38 years, something like that. Uh, it wasn't used for anything. So I've been cleaning out stuff, hauling off stuff, getting rid of old equipment, hauling off old wood and tires and stuff that's piled up over there. So we're getting it cleaned up. It's starting to look pretty good over there. I'm going to build a little ham shack. I've got a little shed. Then we'll sit over there on concrete foundation and set it beside the tower. I got the electric company supposed to come out and drop a temporary pole. And then I got electrician scheduled for about 2 3 weeks out to come and put electric in the old shop over there, the old equipment shed, and then we'll tie it into the tie it hopefully into the ham shack. I've got a lot of things going on over here while I'm looking. I keep looking over here to the right. Okay, so that's pretty much my stuff.
I got a little bit of that coming up myself. I got a concrete guy going to be here tomorrow. I'm getting ready to build my shop at the house, so
Yeah,
I can clean my garage out now. Did my camera get any better?
nope, no
Really?
man. Is everybody blurry to them, or is it just me? Hey, Andrew's over there,
He is.
and
No,
we got
little.
Jim over here on this side. Everybody else must be out partying tonight.
Let me go.
EDC
Oh,
check. I am carrying the Shadow Systems XR 920 with a
oh
Crimson
yeah.
Trace red dot and a Surefire weapons light, and it's got the tritium. What kind of lights does it get? Tritium sights on it. The like the Paul Markov brand. What was that?
Student of the gun, night vision
Night
sights.
vision. Yeah, it comes with night vision sights on it, and they're excellent. And they I can use them in conjunction with the red dot, and so I've got backup and all the usual stuff. What are you packing tonight?
I actually got the little uh, the little fella in here tonight. The Springfield, the SIG
Let's see.
P365, and I've been toting that thing around a lot. Of course, I've been carrying my Glock too, but I've been carrying that as a backup till I can get a little range time on it. That's more so my get off me gun right now.
Get off me.
Get off. So I got that and my Spartan auto knife. So I've actually been carrying two guns around lately.
Good deal.
Man, I cranked my camera up to 1080p and it still looks blurry on the feeds. I'm not sure why.
I don't know. Looks like Rumble's working. We've got one positive thumbs up. If you're not already giving a thumbs up, we'd appreciate it. A like, a thumbs up, attaboy.
Attaboy.
Attaboy. All right. So I have no idea where I'm at. I'm trying to figure out where I'm at. I've got three screens and six windows open, and I have no idea where I'm at. All right,
We had
getting
some
rid of that.
feedback.
Well, good deal.
I had
Tell
a
us what.
we looked and we had a 5-star iTunes review
Wow.
Said, love the show. Came into us on May 31st by Truckin' Dad of 12. He says, this is 2A Calvinist. I just wanted, I just got to listen to episode 336. Loved it as always. Keep your eyes on Christ and keep up the good work.
Good deal. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Truckin' Dad of 12. Woo.
That's a man amongst men.
Hmm. Man, I'm feeling bad for him right now if he's a truck driver.
Hopefully, he's not paying for his own fuel. That would be
Yeah,
bad.
hopefully, hopefully. So,
Well, we're all paying the additional cost. Is when anytime you purchase something, you're paying for that high fuel price. That's for sure.
hmm yeah, it's just part of the part of the lessons of voting stupid, I guess.
We didn't vote stupid. It was
Other people
stolen.
did.
It was stolen. I'm going to say the big lie is a lie because it was stolen. We know it was stolen. Every single day, more comes out to prove it was stolen. But that's neither here nor there.
Hey, they're
Got a
gonna
joke
have
for us tonight.
yeah, the January 6th commission that was on TV last night. That's a pretty good joke.
That's a good one.
Ah, let's see. Young Jonathan was visiting a church for the very first time, and he had checked out all the announcements, posters, pictures along the wall. When he came to a group of pictures of men in uniform, and he asked a nearby deacon, "Who are all these men in the pictures?" The deacon replied, "Well, those are the boys who died in service." Nervously, Jonathan asked, "Was it the morning service or the evening service?"
I would say it was probably the morning service.
Morning. Definitely the morning.
Probably be the best. Uh, yeah,
Andrew said he's been working, and it don't seem like he should be old enough to be working and
in
going to
college.
class and stuff. But it's nice having a range on campus.
So is it Liberty then?
Yeah, he's at Liberty. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. Daphne was looking forward to that, but now she's been promoted so much. I don't know. I don't think they want to let her go. She got a phone call, and the boss man said, "Hey, you're running it tonight."
Oh,
So
really?
yeah,
Ain't
some
nothing
days
wrong with
she
that.
loves it, some days she doesn't. Like about everybody else's job.
Welcome to grown up world, right?
Yeah. Oh man.
We do what we got to do, man.
And you got it on this day in history too. And you've
Uh,
been excelling today.
Dude, I was knocking it out. Let's see. On this day in history, June 10th, 1752, Benjamin Franklin was said to have flown a kite during a thunderstorm to collect ambient electrical charges in I think I'm pronouncing this right, Leyden jar, enabling him to demonstrate the connection between lightning and electricity. Franklin became interested in electricity in the mid 1740s, a time when much is still unknown in the topic, and spent almost a decade conducting electrical experiments. He coined a number of terms used today, including battery, conductor, and electrician. He also invented the lightning rod used to protect buildings and ships. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yep. Yeah, that house that mom and dad had bought up in Elizabethtown, it got it caught on fire from a lightning strike. Well, actually, it got struck twice within like 2 minutes or something,
Ooh,
and set it on fire. But didn't burn that much because it was like a FedEx guy was delivering a package like within like a minute or two after it got hit, and saw smoke coming out of the soffits and called the fire department. And they were there like just around the corner. So they got out pretty quick, but all that smoke damage was what did it. But uh, when they rebuilt the house, they put in these humongous lightning rods. I mean, they're humongous. There's a big, tall shaft with a ball about that big up on top of the roof, and there's like two more around the corners, and these big cables run down to the ground. So they got her set up now.
Dang.
It won't get hit. Won't get hit anymore by lightning, or if it does, it'll go to the ground. Hopefully, probably go right down to the same ground that the electrical service is on, fry the whole house. Hopefully, they had more sense than that. I don't know. I don't know who put that in. I guess they probably ran their own grounds. I don't know much about lightning rods, but it is pretty neat that old
Nor
Ben
do I.
Franklin knew about it.
He did.
Well, I was scrolling down here, getting working on my Bible verse because I got behind the time here. In Exodus 21, verse 16 is our verse tonight. Whoever steals a man and sells him, and anyone found in possession of him shall be put to death. That is the righteous decree of God in the book of Exodus, chapter 21, verse 16. Whoever steals a man, sells him, and anyone found in possession of him shall be put to death. So, I wonder how God feels about people being sold into slavery here in the United States by our elected leaders. And I say elected with sarcasm,
Loosely.
lightly, but I will claim that they're elected anymore. I think that they're stealing their ways into power, as most criminals do. But what is that talking about? Well, it's wrong to steal someone and then sell him. It's wrong to take the fruits of the labor of a man and not pay him for it. It's wrong to take the value of a man's things and devalue them. What are you talking about, Troy? Well, we're talking about becoming slaves to global power elites, global bankers. Uh, there's a big, I don't know who is in pulling the levers. I'm thinking that the global elites are using the useful idiot Democrats to pull the levers to get themselves to disarm the American populace, to bankrupt us because
Mhm.
they're having us go all around the world fighting wars that are not ours, spending our resources instead of defending our country from the invasion that's going on our borders. We're going over and defending the borders of other countries around the world. We're giving away billions of dollars of machine guns and things that we don't know what it is, goods, services, cash, gold. I don't know. It's going over other countries. So we're being robbed left and right. And at the same time, the politicians want to make us no longer citizens who have rights, but to make us subjects, subject to their decisions, their whims, their wills, that we no longer have rights that are granted by God and are recognized by the Constitution of the United States as inalienable rights granted to us through God and recognized by the Constitution to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. They're wanting to take away all that. They want to take away our ability to defend our lives. They want to take away our ability to defend our country, our children, our families. They want to take away our liberty to speak as we want to speak, our freedom of speech. They already are calling things hate speech. And so that if they say what you're saying is hate speech, then you can't say it. Oh, that's a complete and utter offense to the First Amendment. They're saying that you can't say what the Bible says because that's offensive to people or hateful to people. That would be choosing a religion over another religion, which is also forbidden in the First Amendment. State cannot take sides on religion. It has no business being a part of religion. It has no business suppressing speech or qualifying speech or saying where you can have speech. All those things are verboten. All those things are forbidden from the federal government's perspective, and mostly on the state government has this. Almost all the state governments have the same type of constitutional understanding that we have the right to free speech, we have the right to free assembly, we have the right to petition our government against grievances. All these things are the things that were fought for during the Revolutionary War. The whole reason we have the Second Amendment is to prevent government from trying to suppress, oppress, and take away our rights and make us slaves again. So, what you're seeing by the Democrats, my conjecture, my position, is that the Democrats want slavery again. Not only this time do they want the African and the Irish people who were originally slaves in this country, and some Chinese, I guess, were on the West Coast, and some other different indigenous peoples around the world, but they want to enslave all of us. So they're wanting to take away our teeth so they can tell us to sit down, shut up, and take it. And that they don't have to do what they're supposed to do, which is defend the Constitution. But they can tear it apart and they can point their federal guns, as it were, at us and say, you don't have any way of back talking. So you're now our slave. So you just pay your taxes and you work real hard, and then we're going to keep printing money. And so as we print money, that's another tax because they make your money worthless.
Yep.
They're going to tax everything that you own. They're going to tax your cars that you already paid for. They're going to tax your house that you already paid for. They're going to tax the land that you own because you already paid for it. And they're just going to keep on and keep on stealing until there's nothing left and you get put in a hole and you might have enough money to pay for the funeral. That is the goal of useful idiots. And why I say useful idiots? Well, it's a term that comes about because communist infiltrators have let the cat out of the bag, that they seek to find people who are idiots who will support the overthrow of their own government, the undermining of their own constitution, the undermining of their own civil liberties, the undermining of their own rights, to allow themselves to become so weak that they are easily taken over from the inside, or so weak they can't fight once an invader comes in. And so we see that the Chinese have been doing that for a long time, and the Russians have been doing that for a long time, and they've infiltrated our universities. They've intervened. They got into Hollywood, and they've gotten into our political system, and apparently now they're into all of our three-letter organizations that are going after patriots and letting off true criminals. Uh, it is amazing. And you got this little dog and pony show going on over there at the
Uh,
Capitol. A little production. They hired a production TV producer to come in and
from
produce the whole
ABC.
thing and put it on prime time because they're going to try to nail patriots to the wall for something that didn't. It was really a false flag that was set up by the FBI. I'm just saying this from what I'm seeing. You got a lot of people that look like FBI people, and a lot of people look like Antifa people, all working in concert together to create an illusion of a bunch of Trump supporters running into the Capitol. Well, the more you see the actual footage of what happened, I wasn't there at that part of it. I was at the speech that was over on the other side of the DC, but
Right.
I didn't go over there with the stupid people were putting on their show at. I was already back in Virginia long before that stuff started. But so you got FBI guys don't have to come back out to my house again. So the I didn't have anything to do with it, but I knew that it was a big setup because saw people that were saying, "Let's go take the Capitol," and they were not your Trump supporter kind of people.
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's going to be a big no. I'm not going nowhere near that. That's going to be. It's all set up. And unfortunately, several people, several hundred people got sucked into that and are now still in jail without a trial for, what is it now, 18 months, 19 months,
Yep.
18 months they've been in jail without a trial. I mean, that's unconstitutional right there. Totally unconstitutional. They have the right to a speedy trial. They have the right to counsel. They have the right to they just they have the right to get out on bail, but they don't. They're not. They're got them stuck in a DC jail. That's ridiculous. But that's a whole other topic. So, what do we do about it? I mean, obviously, as Christians, we pray that our country will turn. We witness to the lost. We are called to uh, speak truth to lies. We're called to call out lies. We're called to uh, uncover darkness, right? We're supposed to shed light onto the darkness. And when we find things, we're supposed to let people know about it. That when things are not true, we're supposed to bring those things to light. We're supposed to remind people of history, of what happens when you give away your ability to defend yourself against a tyrannical government or a tyrannical organization or just everyday common criminals and murderers that would love to have the opportunity to just go around where all of the defenseless people are and take what they want. I mean, pretty much we got our government stealing more than any criminal could hope to. Your local
Well,
criminal and gangbanger is a piker compared to our government right now. In their way, they're stealing the fruits of the labor of the American people. It's sickening. It is, and when you put on the top of that the fact that they want to inject us with things that are now being shown, which I warned you all about, to be deadly and cause all kinds of harm. Every day we find more and more reports about how many people that got the shot are dying in excess of those who didn't get the shot. That they had ways of treating it, and they would not allow doctors and hospitals to do that. I saw that happen here in Kentucky. Our doctor was shut down for providing uh, drugs that helped me and my family survive. And my dad passed away, but it was because of neglect in the hospital. It had nothing to do with the COVID. He was over the COVID. They left a man who could not get up and walk on his back flat on oxygen for a week and killed him. And that was COVID protocol,
mm,
even though he was over the COVID. Uh, so there's an obvious push to try to genocide as many Americans as they can. I guess it'd
well,
be
I tell you another.
democide. Democide is when the government kills you off. Go ahead.
I tell you, I was going to say another thing that they're trying to do with this January 6th circus they got going on right now is they're trying to prove sedition against whoever they can. And what it's doing is they're trying to point out people that are running for office so they can't
Mhm.
run. I don't know if you
Yep.
saw where Ryan Kelly, he's running as a GOP for governor, front runner
Yep.
against Whitmer, and looks like he could possibly take her out. Isn't it funny that yesterday, right before the January 6th, the FBI goes in and arrests him on 4 misdemeanor charges from the Capitol
Mhm.
from January 6th? Isn't
Yep.
that kind of odd?
Yeah, it's not funny. It's kind of corrupt and disgusting, is what it is. Uh, it is. They have politicized the branches of the government, which means we. So let me ask you a question about that. If they're charging them with sedition,
Hmm.
sedition will be trying to overthrow the government. The government is the Constitution. So who's seditious? The people that are trying to overthrow the Constitution or the people that are trying to uphold the Constitution? Sedition would be a charge against people that were trying to do away with the Second Amendment, the First Amendment, trying to do away with fair elections. That would be sedition. Uh, and so I think that the charges should be reversed and be put on those who are actually doing things that are seditious and treasonous by working with foreign governments to throw our elections, uh, working to seditiously undermine our Constitution and take away our rights and erode our rights, seditiously printing money in excess of the amount of gold you got to back it, therefore hidden taxing your own populace. Uh, I mean, if people really understood how much tax they're actually paying, because I mean, every utility has a tax, every gas
Hmm.
has a tax, everything that you touch has a tax. And where is all that money going? Well, it's 40, 58 billion just went to Ukraine. You know, the big,
100 and something billion.
oh, it's 100 something billion now.
Oh, it's
Well,
over 100 billion now.
that went to Ukraine. You know, where Joe Biden went over there and said, son of a something other, they fired the guy that was looking into my son because I told them they wasn't going to get that $1 million.
Oh, little quid pro quo,
How that
perhaps.
man ever even graced the steps of the White House is beyond my comprehension. How people could have, of all people to put in there, the most corrupt Democrat that I've seen since Nancy Pelosi. But I don't know.
They were talking, um, and I did not watch. I was watching another show, but they kept putting highlights up on the news today, talking about little blurps and this and that. But you know, when Trump was there, he had advised the FBI and Capitol Police to get some National Guard in there because there's going to be a big turnout to keep order. And Nancy Pelosi denied that request. So did the mayor of Washington, D.C.,
Yep,
denied that request.
because they had other plans.
Of course they did. Other plans.
I
Well,
mean, the night before, it was known that the FBI was meeting with Antifa and going through role playing. I mean, that was known. I mean, there was videos of them out there talking about what they're going to do. Uh, I don't know, man. It's just so obvious to
well, it's
me.
obvious to us.
Yeah, I pay attention. A lot of people
Yeah,
are too busy candy crushing or looking at the newest
Farm Bill
video,
or something.
something. I don't know.
You know, it's it's crazy because look at this too. And I don't know if you saw the news this week. There's a lot of things, buddy. I've been letting it fly this week.
I'm surprised
Um,
you still got a account.
I know, right? It is
Me
what.
too. I've been throwing it out there, but nobody pays attention to it, or I'm shadow banned so much nobody sees it.
Well, you're shadow banned. They'll see if I post a puppy or something, but
Yeah.
they get that. But if I post anything else, I have to tell people to go look for it. But anyway, Brett Kavanaugh, you know, you got Chuck Schumer standing on the Supreme Court steps telling uh, Gorsuch and Kavanaugh that if they don't rule a certain way, that they will pay the price.
Yep.
And then this week, well, not just this week, but they've been giving out their addresses to their homes so
Yep.
people can go protest, encouraging them to go protest, which is a federal offense.
It's also terrorism.
It's terrorism, but it's a federal offense.
Yep.
So and they stand right there on the
Well,
news
they
and
don't have
tell
no
you,
fear,
"Oh,
Doug. They know
we
that
didn't."
they can break the law and get away with it. They've been doing
Oh
it
yeah,
for 50 years.
they encourage peaceful protest, just like what the last 2 years of peaceful protesting in all the cities where they burn them down
Yep.
and kill people. And they're having Capitol Hill for January 6th hearing and didn't do crap for that. But the other thing is they have asked for increased um, security for the Supreme Court justices.
Yep.
Again, Nancy Pelosi denied it. And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden you got a guy that shows up at Kavanaugh's house with a gun and is has every intention of going and killing him. And when he sees U.S. Marshals down there, he walks away, calls 911, and basically he's a nut job, turns himself in, and they get him. But still, no security. Well, I ask you this
And I
question:
bet you
what do they got to
if he
gain if
was
something
successful,
happens to Kavanaugh?
yeah, I bet you if he was successful, he was some patsy they pulled out of some mental institution.
Oh, yeah, from
You know what I'm saying?
California.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that sorry for our California listeners. That
Well,
qualifies
I mean,
about
it
a third
just
of the
it just
state
is
last
what it
time I
is,
heard.
you know.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. He was from California. He had mental problems. Um, and
Of all
it's
people,
funny how
though,
all these people have been on the FBI's radar. You know,
mhm, it didn't do him any good for the red flag stuff, did it?
well, it's
Never.
not they're doing that. They get on the FBI's watch list, or you know, people they're watching. And I don't know. It seems like sometimes they watch him to say, "Yeah, he's kooky enough to do this. Let's get him."
Yeah.
And I bet you didn't see yesterday on the news anywhere. Um, they're talking about uh, Uvalde, that shooting down there, which was
Hmm.
horrible, horrific.
Yep.
Nobody disagrees with that. But they didn't show one iota on the news. There was in Gadsden, Alabama yesterday. A guy was trying to get into a elementary school there as well.
Yep.
He was going trying to open doors, trying to get in. They did a lockdown on the school. The school resource officer engaged him and wound up killing the dude because he was trying to get in to harm kids, which
I
is
was
what they
surprised
should
they
have done
weren't
to him.
still in school. I'm like, why were they still in school in the middle of June or the first week of June? This second week of June.
Alabama, all them snow days they got this year.
It must be. I don't know. I was like, why are kids in school still? I was surprised at that shooting down in Texas while kids were in school because it was like our kids have been out of school for like 2 or 3 weeks. You know, like why would Texas still be in school? Sort of strange. A lot of strange things down there. That they sit
Yeah.
outside for an hour and something after they just got done having training about how you need to go in and stop the shooter instead of sitting outside and waiting. And they could hear
Hmm.
gunfire going on and sit there. I mean, there's some weird stuff there. There's some really weird stuff. A lot of federal agencies were there. That was sort of weird, don't you think? I don't know. Maybe I'm just a conspiracy kook, but lots of coincidences. I don't believe in
Well,
coincidences.
there are no
I believe
coincidences. There are none. I agree with you on that. That's just
there's a
like,
lot
you
of weird stuff in there. And the first people we heard who were, I don't know, the story kept changing and changing, and the heroes started didn't look so heroish after. And then the mom went and got arrested, got out, jumped in and went into the school, got her kids, and left. What? How long were they sitting around if that was the case? I don't
they
know.
said,
I'm
70
just,
minutes is what I heard yesterday.
I mean, the woman got arrested trying to save her kids while these guys, people were standing around twiddling their thumbs. I guess. Wasn't there, can't say, for
Nope.
70 minutes. And she went in and got her kids out. Uh, Just need to arm up a few moms, man. Fire the police force. Apparently, I don't.
Right?
Something is not making sense there at all. Uh, I don't
Y-
believe anything on the TV anymore. You know,
No,
I don't. I mean, it's
I don't either.
all smoke and mirrors, and they'll lead you to one way with a story, then all of a sudden it changes, and then it changes again, and like it's just disinformation, misinformation, and straight up lies. And so, it's hard to know what to believe anymore. So that's why I say we should start with prayer. We make sure that all of our friends and family know how we feel about the subject. Not that we drive them crazy, but they know that, hey, you need to wake up and smell the coffee. because it's smelling like a pile of cow manure, and you don't want to take any more drinks of that. Uh, and then
You
we
know that.
got to talk to our politicians, even though apparently they take orders from other people besides us. We need to make them aware that we're not happy with them. And there are a lot more of us than there are of them. And that even if they do try to take our guns away, which I don't see how, because we got more guns than people, I think, in this country. But even if they do somehow succeed by sheer numbers, they could still lose. I'm just saying. Uh, we have a constitution. We are a representative republic. If I hear another politician say our democracy, I'm gonna flip, man. We are not a democracy. We're a banana republic. That's what we are right now, but we should be a representative republic because the reason that we have a constitution is to protect the individual. The individual person has rights, and they're inalienable rights. And those rights can't be voted away and can't be taken away by majority vote, or they shouldn't be. If they are, they're unconstitutional. They should be thrown out. They are repugnant to the Constitution. They should be ignored and not followed. And same thing with taking away guns. That is repugnant to the Constitution, repugnant to the Bill of Rights, and we should ignore it. And maybe if they are somehow successful in trying to do this thing, there will be a lot of us going to prison, I guess. Be a lot of us maybe martyred. Who knows? But, if you allow them to make you slaves, your children have no ability to fight back. Do you allow this corrupt, perverse, disgusting bunch of people that pretend to be in charge of our country? If you allow them to take away the last of your liberty, then your children are going to be slaves for the rest of their lives or until Jesus returns and Lord come quickly. That's what I say.
Yeah. Well, it's like Biden getting on TV the other day and saying that the Second Amendment is not absolute. Mm, I think it probably is. It's the only amendment that says shall not be infringed. The only one.
Yep.
So that's pretty absolute to me that you can't do the things that you want to do.
Yep. Daryl said Alec Baldwin killed more people than any of the so-called insurgents did on January 6th.
Oh,
Think
yeah.
about it.
Dude, there was a Capitol Hill. Well, they say she's probably a paid actor. Who knows? You know, but they had her. I saw a clip of her on there today talking, and she was talking about how traumatized she was from January the 6th, and she got knocked down. And when she did, she got back up, and there was blood everywhere. All the police officers were bleeding. And she slipped in the blood. Yeah, are you nuts? There was not no such
I
thing.
didn't see, I wasn't there, but I didn't see on the news any bloodied up
No,
police officers.
the only blood. I mean, now did they get in some scuffles? Yes. Was it stupid? Yes. Should they have done it? No. But the only blood that I know of was when the Capitol Hill police officer shot Ashley Babbitt
Yep.
in front of several police officers that were standing in the hallway with her
Yep.
and shot her right in front of them.
Yep.
Why has nothing even been published about that? The findings.
He probably
Um,
got a presidential medal or something for that.
oh, I'm sure he did. He's the same guy that not too long beforehand left his gun in the bathroom.
Yep.
There's
Yeah.
just so many things, man. It's just like, oh,
Oh, it's aggravating to no end. Well, we beat this drum, and we're probably making people regret turning on. We want to thank Bandwidth sponsor Primary Arms again. If you guys have not checked out Primary Arms, please do. PrimaryArms.com. Are promoting their footwear. So you go into Primary Arms and search under footwear. They got all kinds of shoes for hunting and range wear and all kinds of traction equipment for your feet. So go check out Primary Arms. We appreciate their support. We also have a few patches and stickers left. We also have a Subscribe Star account called God as subscribestar.com/God dash and dash guns. And then you got the next two, and we got Armed Citizen right after that.
Yep. So, PowerTac lights. Hey, if you're looking for a good light for a weapon, for a headlamp, for hunting, or just a flashlight to carry in your pocket, go check our buddies out at powertac.com. They got some great lights over there. And if you go check something out and you like it, use our promo code God and Guns when you check out, and they'll give you 40% off on any light that you pick. So you can't go wrong there. Also, crossbreed holsters. Hey, if you're looking for a new holster, and I got a hold of Nathan. The other day, and hopefully I'm getting a new mini tuck for for the little P365. So we'll see how it is. And I don't know if you had a little pocket holster or something. Any prototype, send me one out. That would be cool too. But if you're looking for a holster for just about anything that you could possibly carry any way you want to carry it, go check our buddies out at crossbreedholsters.com. Use our promo code G&G over there and get 10% for just listening to the show.
Yeah, I am wearing. I'm still wearing the crossbreed holster they gave me 3 years ago for my Glock 19, and
Mm-hmm.
then I wore a Glock 30s in it for a while, and then I've got the Shadow Systems XR920 in it now, and still rocking. Although the Kydex is cracked from just wearing it out. So Nate, I have to get Nathan and get me a new holster here. They was getting waiting on a blue gun. I guess I need to call him back and remind him they were waiting for a blue gun to come in to mold it around. Armed Citizen.
Armed Citizen. Well, we kind of alluded to it a while ago, but I thought I would throw it up here just because nobody's talking about it. A good guy with a gun takes out a bad guy at an elementary school. So, a man accused of trying to enter an elementary school in Gadsden, Alabama, was shot to death by police. Gadsden City School Superintendent Tony Reddick told reporters that the potential intruder went to several doors trying to get into Walnut Park Elementary School, where a summer literacy program was being
Oh,
conducted for 34 children. All the exterior doors were locked, and the principal contacted the school resource officer when she realized what was happening. Reddick said the resource officer confronted the person who attempted to break into the marked Rainbow City police car near the school, according to a statement from the Alabama Law Enforcement Agency. More officers from the Gaston Police Department showed up to assist. The statement said the person was shot to death after resisting and trying to take a resource officer's gun. The agency said the statement, which didn't mention any attempt to enter the school, didn't say how many shots were fired or by whom. The state identified the dead man as 32-year-old Robert Tyler White of Bun Level, North Carolina. Officials
North
didn't know whether.
Carolina.
Mhm. Officials didn't know whether the man was a passerby or someone else. Reddick said authorities did immediately release details, including whether White was armed or why he might have been trying to get into the school or patrol car. While the resource officers suffered minor injuries, no students were hurt, and most didn't realize anything unusual had happened. Our primary concern was just to make sure that someone who wasn't authorized to be in our building doesn't enter and our kids are safe. Well, there's a good thing. Governor Kay Ivey sent a tweet saying the school police immediately took action. Facilities inside followed the safety protocols, and all the children present were kept out of harm's way. I commend all involved for acting quickly to protect those children.
Good deal.
Good deal.
Good man with a gun defeats a bad man with a gun. It's always a good day.
That's what a resource officer is supposed to do, right? They're supposed
Yeah.
to be there to
I don't
protect
know.
the
He had a
kid.
gun. He got in a fight with him. Sound like, and he tried to take his gun.
Hmm.
Yeah. But
The initial report was saying that he had a gun and was trying to check doors, trying to get in. So, who knows? The reports out of Uvalde were wrong too to start with.
yeah, a lot of people jump to conclusions and mishear
Hmm.
things.
Right.
Well, we appreciate you guys being with us. If you've not yet hit the thumbs up button and shared this video, we would appreciate it if you would.
Hit that
And
like.
we're going to wrap it up because it's getting late. It's almost been an
Ooh,
hour,
our
an hour, one syllable, hour. Send the feedback to Troy at Guns, Troy at GuyGunsPodcast.com, or
Doug at GodGunsPodcast.com.
please tell your friends about us. Leave us an iTunes review. Like us on Facebook at Facebook.com/GuyGunsPodcast. Not that we'll be here much longer based on this show. Subscribe and follow us on YouTube. Well, not that we'll be there much longer either. We do have a Rumble channel, and we are live streaming right now on Rumble.
Rumble.
It is amazing that we are live streaming on Rumble. We are
Dude,
on
it's
Rumble.
amazing. It says we got 3 people live watching, is what I'm seeing.
Our
And there's
Shadow
th-
Band.
and there's thumbs up flying over on the side of my chat thing showing me that people are hitting the thumbs up.
I know, it's just crazy. Oh, well, we're going to rock and roll out of here. So, search for us on Instagram. We're still there for now. Wimpkin personal page. I haven't been updating that much. We are again on Rumble. We are on MeWe. I pretty much just do gun trading over there. We've got a website called GuyGunsPodcast.com. Not that it's working right, but it's there. And then until next time, Doug, have a blessed week.
Hey, keep your guns close, but keep your Bibles closer. You guys have a great Friday night.
Y'all have a great weekend. We'll talk to you later. Thanks for coming by, and we will talk to you hopefully next week.
Give us some thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
And there's still